All right, so Sports Doctor. Tom Brady just announced he is dropping his appeal and will accept his 4-game suspension. On the other side, Tim Duncan announced his retirement, ending a 2-decade career. So I ask you, which is the more important sports story?
Well, the more important sports story is Tim Duncan. The old sports story is Tom Brady. 550 days ago was the whole deflated ball versus the Indianapolis Colts. Listen, Tim Duncan did things the right way, Casey. He bowed out gracefully. In a time and age now where we seem to have a victory tour, a final lap tour, retirement party for every single professional athlete, Tim Duncan handled himself with class like he's done for the past 19 years. Big ups to Tim Duncan in today's world of athletes.
Now, let me give you some numbers, Sports Doctor. First of all, in my opinion, the greatest power forward of all time. 5-time NBA champion and was the MVP in 3 of those championships, a 2-time league MVP, a 15-time All-Star, 19 points, 10 rebounds, did it in an absolutely humble way, no fanfare whatsoever, which is why in our culture we're not talking about it. This is a no-brainer. There has been no topic of conversation less important that's been talked about as much as Deflategate.
I agree.
We have wasted more money and energy and time on what amounts to a 4-game suspension.
Right, and loyalty between a player, a coach, and a franchise. 19 years, same player in Tim Duncan, same coach in Greg Popovich. And that you don't see that a lot nowadays in sports. You see, players jumping for free agency. Big ups to Tim Duncan. Class act by not announcing his retirement at the beginning of the year.
Do you think Eric Mangini had any idea the dominoes he was tipping back in the day? Because without his conversation with the league, there's no Spygate, which leads to Deflategate. None of this even happens. We have a case that almost went to the Supreme Court.
And I'm tired of all of it, Casey. Casey, I'll add this to you right now. 4 guys, 4 NBA players left from the 90s, still under contract with the retirement of Tim Duncan. Can you name those 4 guys?
So Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
The big ticket and the truth.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Drafted in the same year as Paul Pierce. Well, Tar Heel love for you.
And Vince Carter shooting the threes.
Vinsanity, Casey.
You know what, Tim Duncan? I think the end of the post-game era ended with you. Congratulations and thank you for 19 great years.
Class act.